Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of radar systems. Today's topic is radar range equation. So in this video I am going to tell you how to derive the radar range equation. What are the various factors upon which radar range depends. Let us begin. Before starting further, let us revise what is radar, what is its function and various applications. So radar, it is a short form of radio detection and ranging. The function of radar, it lies in this particular word, detection and ranging. So the importance of this particular thing is to detect whether the target is present or not. So radar performs this particular function. The nature of target, it may be stationary or moving. It is also used to determine the range, and here ranging means the distance between the radar and the target. So the principle of radar, it is actually based on the radiation of electromagnetic wave. So radar is an electromagnetic system which is used for detection and location of object. So radar is being extensively used for gathering information about distinct objects by transmitting electromagnetic signal towards the object or target and analyzing the received echo. Radar can see through the conditions which are unfavorable or during unfavorable weather conditions like fog, rain, snow, and even in darkness also, where it is not possible for human to observe the situation. So you can understand radar can work in the unfavorable conditions as well. And the radar was evolved during the years just before World War II, simultaneously in US, Great Britain, Germany and France. And it was the radar only who gave the birth to the microwave technology. So first radar worked as much lower frequency, around 60 megahertz, because at that time powerful transmitting tubes was not available, and the development of modern radar, it was started in year 1940. There are various applications of radar. It is almost being used in every field. For some of the applications I have listed down over here: military, air traffic control, remote sensing, aircraft safety, ship safety, navigation, space. So these are some of the important applications. Now let us derive the radar range equation. So radar range equation, it is useful to calculate the theoretical range of the target. Means we have to calculate the R. And the performance of radar system, it depends upon the number of factors, which also includes the curvature of Earth. So to understand the effect of various performance factors, a classical radar range is required, which we are going to derive it over here. In this particular diagram, you can observe there is a radar, there is a target. The distance between the radar and target is R. Incident energy is being imposed on the target and some of the energy is being reflected. So reflected energy is also being shown over here. Radar range equation, it relates with various factors. So let us first derive, then we are going to discuss it. And some of the important terms which you have to use over here, you must remember also. So to start with, let us assume that the transmitting antenna is omnidirectional. So the antenna which is transmitting at this particular point, if this antenna is omnidirectional antenna is one which radiates uniformly in all the directions. So power density at a distance R from the radar, we can calculate it what? It is equal to the transmitted power, which is, if we say the transmitted power is PT, so the transmitted power divided by the surface area of an imaginary sphere of radius R. So here we can write down the power density from an antenna. This is nothing but PT upon 4 pi R square, right? And the antenna which is used in radar, Those antennas are mostly directional antenna. Directional antenna means that has a capability to radiate most of the power in a particular direction. So if we say the gain of the antenna is G, then power density at a distance R from the transmitting antenna with the gain G we can calculate. Now the power density because of the directional antenna we can write down, this is what P. Now it would be PT into G upon 4 pi R square, because it will be multiplied with the gain. And the ability of target means this is the power density, but ability of target to reflect energy, because when we are talking about this reflected energy, it depends upon the effective area or radar cross section. So effective area or radar cross section, if it is denoted by sigma radar cross section, then we can calculate the re-radiated power density back at the radar. See, you can calculate the power incident on the target, which is what? Power incident of the target. This is PT into G into sigma upon 4 pi R square. But when we are calculating the radiated power, which is the radiated power density back at the radar, now this particular term will be what? This upon 4 pi R square more. So in this manner we can calculate it. And the receiving antenna, it captures a portion of echo energy which is incident on it. So if we say the receiving antenna effective area is AE, now we can write down the received power. Now what will be the received power? PR. This will be P dash into AE. So from here we can substitute the value of P dash, or we can say now the power received will be what? It will be PT G sigma AE upon 4 pi R square, its whole square. This is what we are getting over here, right? This is the receiving, on the basis of the receiving antenna capture area we have calculated the received power. But now our interest is to calculate the maximum range of the radar. So radar maximum range is that range beyond which the target cannot be no longer detected. It means when the range is maximum, then received echo power, that will be equal to the minimum detectable signal. At that point, received echo power, that is equal to S minimum, which is the minimum detectable signal. So it means now in this equation number 3, we can replace PR with S minimum and R with the R maximum. So what the equation we are getting now? S minimum is equal to PTG sigma AE upon 4 pi square R raised to the power 4, and here this range is maximum. You can rearrange the term from this equation and calculate R max. So R max we are getting as PTG AE sigma upon 4 pi square S minimum. This is R raised to the power 4. So you can see, you can reply, you can like here the power of R is 4. So you can write down the equation it into this particular form, and this equation is known as the fundamental radar equation. So the fundamental form of radar equation we have derived. Let us say this is equation number 4. Now with the use of this equation, some modified form of radar range equation can also be derived. Those are known as form 2 and form 3 equations as well. So to derive these equations, we have to utilize the relationship between the gain of directional antenna, which is G, and effective aperture AE. So the relationship between G and AE can be written as G is what? 4 pi AE upon lambda square. Now you can substitute the value of G in this equation number 4. So what you are getting? R max is what? PT sigma AE upon 4 pi square S minimum, and at in the place of G you have substituted 4 pi AE upon lambda square. Just simplify the term. What you are getting? 4 pi will be cancelled out. So the remaining term will be PT sigma AE square upon 4 pi lambda square S minimum. So this is one form of radar range equation, which is the modified form. Now we can derive one more form by using the same formula. From this formula, now you can rearrange the term and you can write down the term for the effective aperture. Effective aperture is what? From here you have written AE is equal to G lambda square upon 4 pi. Now substitute the value of AE in equation number 4 here. So when you are substituting this particular value, what you are getting? PTG sigma upon 4 pi square S minimum, and in place of AE you have substituted G lambda square upon 4 pi. Just simplify it. R max will be what? PT G square sigma lambda square upon 4 pi its cube into S minimum, and its power is 1 by 4. So these are the two modified form of radar range equation, which are also known as a form 2 and form 3. So you can see that the radar range equation, it relates the maximum range of radar, which is R maximum, to the characteristics of the radar transmitter, means power transmitted, gain of antenna, means gain is also related, radar cross section is also related, operating wavelength is also related. So you can see how many factors are there upon which radar range equation depends. And the radar range equation, it determines the maximum range at which any radar can detect a target. And this equation, it is a very important tool in designing of a radar system. Thank you so much for watching this video.